Hey, Wid fam. This is Leo with One Happy Widow. Actually, today it's going to be from One Healthy Widow. So, I made this video today just to explain a few things about the challenge that I'm going to offer coming up in the next couple of days. I put together some frequently asked questions and some basic overview of what the challenge is, what it entails, and just kind of let you know a big overview of how it's going to go. So, if you're anything like me, when you lost your spouse, it really messed up a lot of things in your life. And one of those things is eating. For some people, when they grieve, they eat too much. And that's me. When I'm stressed, I'm a stress eater. Okay. So, you might have gained a lot of weight, or you might be in the process of just not making healthy eating choices. You're not putting yourself first. You're not taking the time to plan out your meals. You're just not making the best food choices. And so you might have found yourself not only gaining weight, but just not feeling very well physically, not having energy, not sleeping well. Your digestive system might not be feeling too great. Your sugar and your energy levels might be up and down on a roller coaster. Other people, they have trouble having an appetite. And so stress and grief might make it difficult for them to eat or find things that make them feel better for eating. So what I have done is I have an eating program. It's really just nutritional information about how food works together with other foods and how it reacts inside of your body to cause different reactions. Okay. Disclaimer right now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I don't have any special certifications. However, I do know a lot about nutrition. I do know a lot about food. In the past, I have worked for a weight loss company, an independent weight loss company, and I taught people how to choose foods to put together in different combinations and different amounts that would turn your body from a fat storage machine into a fat burning machine. I was a product of the program. In the first, I think it took about 5 months of me doing the program, and I lost 53 pounds on the program. This was many years ago. I have gone back and forth into this program. It's my go to. The program itself is awesome. Okay. It's just a list of different foods in different categories and how to put them together on a plate to cause your body to burn fat for fuel. Okay. It's a simple concept. There's a lot of details in it though. And like I said, the reason why I'm not lifelong thin is because there's so much more to staying healthy than just knowing what you're supposed to eat. I have the knowledge. I know what I'm supposed to eat, but there's so many other aspects. There's motivation, there's grief is a factor, there's psychology, there's lack of connecting with other people. So being healthy and making good food choices is more than just, well, here's your diet, right? And here's what you're supposed to eat. So, I mean, really losing weight is a very simple thing, right? Eat right, exercise, do it for a long time, done, right? But we know there's so much more to it emotionally, physically. There's cravings involved. Like I said, there's grief involved. And so, what I want to do is I want to try to pull some of those other aspects together, not just of the food, and try to help some people to get to where they are feeling better, living healthier lives, making healthier food choices. And honestly, if you're going through grief, then eating better, feeling better, making yourself healthy on the inside is actually going to help you on your grief journey. When you feel like crap physically, when you're feeding your body with crap, you're going to feel like crap. And when you physically feel like crap, it's hard for you to emotionally get any better than you are. So I really want to help you on this journey. In addition, I am going back on the journey. When I first lost my husband in 2017, I was not eating very healthy. I had been through lots of stress. I was going through the drive through every meal. I had put on a lot of weight. And when he died, I had this epiphany of I panicked a little because I was afraid that um, if I were to not eat right and develop some health problems that might cause me to die, that if I were to develop diabetes or heart disease, have a stroke, high blood pressure, those types of things, I I would have left my children orphans because they'd already lost one parent. And so I immediately got back on my program that I know and love, and I lost I don't know how much weight. I didn't even weigh myself in the beginning because it wasn't really about like how much weight I could lose in a certain amount of time. I knew I just needed to get healthy. And so I did it, and I lost so much weight in that first year. I think I lost about 60 pounds in that year, and I was exercising, and I was, it was kind of my therapy. I wasn't going to therapy. I was going to the track or to the neighborhood, and I was walking, and I was actually jogging, and I was eating right, and I was exercising, and I looked good. I felt so much better. And, and then I got married. When you get married, you put on some happy weight. And then I started this job that I've started in June. In July, end of July. And honestly, in the last August, September, October, November, December, in the last 5 months, I think I've gained 35 or 40 pounds. Definitely stress eating. I have not given much thought to uh, preparing my meals and making good food choices. And now I'm uncomfortable in my body. I can't find hardly anything to wear anymore. And so I'm going back. I'm going back to my roots and where I know that I can do what I need to do and get myself to a place physically where I feel better. One of the best ways for me to stick to that program is to lead other people and help them and give them the information, the motivation, the accountability. And so I know that if by me starting this program again and by sharing my information with others and creating a community of people where the same way we do with the grief in our Facebook group, I want to do that with our weight loss and healthy eating group. So I'm going to start with a challenge. It's just going to be a 28-day challenge. So I want to go over the details of the challenge with you and then explain how that kind of runs into the actual weight loss program that I'm putting together. So the challenge is not meant to teach you a diet. Okay. A lot of times when you get on a new diet program or some kind of eating program, you have to read a book, you have to take a course, you have to go to classes, you have to learn about point systems and counting calories and counting macros and all these things. This is not meant to teach you much of anything. In the beginning, you want results, right? Most people say, "Can you just tell me what to eat? Just give me a list of foods that I can eat and just tell me to eat that and just let me do that so I don't have to think. If I can just have this list and I know what I can eat, then I'll eat what's on the list and then I'll lose some weight." So the challenge is basically meant for that. It's not a long-term solution. It's not a long-term, you're not going to eat like this forever. Okay. It's just, I have put together the simplest food combinations and meal ideas in one place that you don't even have to think about what you're going to eat. You just have to look at the list, pull out the meal, shop for the foods that go on that list, and eat that. Okay, so if you eat what's on the list, that's like the safe zone, right? Those are going to be your healthiest choices. I'm also pulling out the ones that pack the biggest punch as far as the most nutrients or macronutrients, if you want to get technical about it, on a plate for the smallest amount of caloric value. That's going to give you the highest amount of weight loss results and healthy results. Okay, so that means they're going to be limited in, some of the variations. There's going to be lots of foods that are not on the list that are actually on the program, but I'm going to save those for the program. But the meal plans are going to have, my goal is to have at least 14 breakfasts, 14 lunches, and 14 dinners to choose from. That as long as you choose any of those meals on the list in any given day for the 28 days of the program, you're going to see results. Can I guarantee the results? No, I can't. Nobody can. I don't know what you're really eating. You have to answer for yourself, right? I can tell you that if you stay on the program, stay on the meal list, and eat the things that are on the list, that they will be your best bet as far as getting yourself some healthy results, losing some weight. If you don't need to lose any weight, you'll just feel better, okay? And so if you have health issues or you have concerns about what you might be eating or worries about certain dietary restrictions or things like that, then you definitely want to go talk to your doctor. and ask if it's okay. Okay. But if you want to know what kind of food you're going to be eating, it's not weird stuff. Okay. And it's not prepackaged stuff. And I'm not trying to sell you a bunch of supplements and things like that. It's a regular food program. It's not plant based, though. So if you're looking for something that's plant based, there are some ways to kind of tweak it and put it on there, but it's not. I am not a vegetarian nor a vegan, and I do not plan on nor want to eat a plant based diet. And I'm not knocking it. Some people, it's great for them. I'm just saying this ain't the program for that. Okay. But there's meat, there's veggies, there's carbs, there's normal stuff. Okay. It's like regular food from the grocery store. All right. There's not going to be any, things that you have to order only from online special programs or things like that. It's not going to be anything like that. There are some options like that down in the regular program, but as far as this meal plan list goes, this is going to be, you can go to any Kroger, any Walmart, any Publix, any grocery store that you go to, and you're going to find the foods that you're looking for. Okay. So that's about the food choices. Also, what you're going to get for this 28 days, when you join the 28-day challenge, you're going to be invited to a private Facebook group. So only the people who join the challenge and pay to go into the challenge are going to be in the group. Nobody else. It's going to be a private group, invitation only. All right. You will not have to post your weight to anyone unless you choose to. What we'll do in the beginning is you'll either post your starting weight or you'll just post an X for your starting weight. If you don't want to put your starting weight, you just put my weight on day 0 is X. As we go through, then you can either post your weight as you lose, or you can post your weight as X minus. So if you've lost 5 pounds, then today you can say that your weight is X minus 5, or you can just say I've lost 5. Okay, I'm not interested in trying to embarrass anybody or make you give out any kind of information that you're not comfortable with. Okay, so we're going to start off with weight. When we go to the real program, we're going to get more into details like weighing ourselves, and also doing measurements on our bodies and things like that. But for this 28 days, we're just going to go simple. We're going to start off with starting weight. We're going to weigh ourselves every week, and then we're going to find out what our ending weight is, and we're just going to see what happens from there. Okay. Also, what you're going to get from the challenge, you're going to get motivation. Okay. At least I'm going to try to post something every day. Okay, something every day to either motivate you, ask you a question to make you think, ask you what your meal plans are. We're going to get together. I'm going to have 4 live sessions in the 28 days where you're going to join me, and we're going to talk about how to plan meals, how to cook certain foods. If you have questions on how things work on the program, on the meal plan, if you have questions about that, if you have questions about when to eat, how much to eat, how to plan your meals out, those kinds of things. We'll have live sessions on that. So there'll be 4 of those. If you don't make it to the live sessions, they will be recorded, and you will have access to those until the end of the challenge. All right. You will also have an option to add on a meal journal that you can write down all of your foods that you eat and track your food. Okay, so I'm going to create one of those. It'll be a form that you can fill out, and then you can just put it, and it'll be a digital form that you'll be able to fill out and put that in so that you can sort of keep track of what you've been eating. That gets you the best results. Honestly, if you're tracking your food before and after you eat it, that's going to give you the best results, because you can start to see if you plateau. You can sort of look back on what you've had over the last week and kind of see if there's things that cause you problems, that keep you retaining water. If you have a real good weight loss in a short amount of time, you can also look back and say, oh, what am I eating that's causing all this weight to come off? So it's always good to journal what you eat. You will also have the option of having me check your journal. So if you're writing everything down that you are eating and you're not losing like you think you want to, you can always let me take a look at your journal, and I can look at it and say, oh, okay, here's where you might could tweak and make some improvements and change out some of the foods for something else, and try to give you some ideas there. Those will be 2 options for you to, when you go to checkout, it'll ask you if you want to add those 2 options to your checkout. Okay. Let's see. I will also offer to add, when you check out, that you will be able to add on some one-on-one sessions. Some people really like to have like a one-on-one where you just sit with me and ask me questions, and I will tell you what I think. I will help you if you have some issues on timing or weird job schedule, trouble cooking foods a certain way, not knowing how to prepare certain things, things like that, how to cook for one, how to meal prep. Some people just really just need that one-on-one hand holding so that they can get through some difficult times. So that will be another option that you can add on when you check out. Let's check out these notes. You will, okay, so I already talked about, I'm going to give you a list of meal ideas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And basically, as long as you eat the meals that are on that list, they're going to be limited. You know what I mean? It's not something that you're going to do for your life. This is not the program. Okay. This is just a small snippet, a very, very small snippet of the program of just some sample meals that you can use. And as long as you eat from that meal list in the time frame that you're supposed to, in the amounts that you're supposed to, then you should see some results. Okay. For me personally, like I said, I can't guarantee anything for you, but for me personally, in my 28 days, my plan is to gain. Oh my gosh, that's a slip right there. My plan is to lose 12 to 15 pounds. Some people might lose more than that. Some people might lose less. Everybody is different. Depends on where you start, how much you stick to the diet, what kind of other health issues you have. I happen to have a thyroid issue to where my metabolism is crap. And so it's a lot harder for me to lose weight by making the same choices. And I know this. I scrape and scratch for every pound that comes off. But um, I've done this so many times that I kind of know what to expect. And in the beginning, you always lose a good amount of weight because you're taking off some water weight. Like that first week, you probably lose more weight than any other week on the program. All right, so my expectation is to lose 12 to 15 pounds in that month, and maybe even more. I'm trying to be, conservative so I don't let myself down. But um, the 28-day challenge is not to teach you how to do the program. It's just to tell you what to eat. Okay, it's just a kickstart. It's just to get some detox, some sugar, and some carbs out of your system. It's just to replace some of your unhealthy choices with healthier choices. It's to develop some routines. It's to get used to thinking about what you're going to eat and really pre-planning out what you're going to eat from day to day, from week to week, and how some ideas about what you can do mentally to try to help you stay on track and go to the grocery store, how to shop from the grocery store, things like that. Like I said, this is not the 28-day challenge is not meant to give you the program. It's just meant to tell you, hey, here's some healthy foods for you to eat. Eat from this list, drink what you're supposed to drink. Let's see how you do. By the time you finish with that 28 days, if you make it, if you stick with us for the 28 days and you graduate from that challenge, you're going to be feeling better. You're going to be ready for some variety. You're going to be saying, okay, what else can I eat besides what's on this list? That's where the program is going to come into play. Okay. That's where the people who make it through our original 28-day challenge are going to have first dibs on the program. You're going to offer for a discount on the program. I'm going to ask for some testimonials for people who were successful on the program. How are you feeling? What kind of results you got? Those kinds of things. Are you ready to move forward to the next step to where you can learn not only to eat from this list, but you can learn to eat other things that are not just on the list, but still stay on the program. Okay, how you can choose your own meals, make combinations yourself, and make those choices. Also, when you get on the program later, you'll be able to know how you can eat out and still stay on the program. For our 28-day challenge, there's really no built in cheating. Okay, so it's 28 days strict, do what you need to do because we're trying to convince our bodies to shift over from fat burning to from fat storage to fat burning. Okay, and it takes 28 consistent days, as hard as we can go, to try to shift ourselves over to that weight burning mode and convince our bodies that this is how it's going to be from now on. Once you get on the regular long-term program, we're going to build in some holidays is what I like to call them. Days where you can eat whatever you want from the time you wake up until the time you go to bed, and you'll know what that's going to do to your body. You'll know what that's going to do to your weight loss. You'll know what that's going to do to your health, but you'll also have that built in so that we can't live the rest of our lives living, on a strict diet, if you want to call it that, because a diet is not a diet really is just what you eat every day, right? But we're not trying to restrict you every single day. I want to restrict you for these 28 days so that you can get the best start that you can. But after that, the program is going to allow built-in days that you can eat whatever you want. For me, I use that as motivation. I know that I really want to have that strawberry shortcake or that ice cream, and I tell myself, well, Saturday is my holiday, and so I can have that ice cream on Saturday. And so if it's Thursday, I know that I can hang tight and I can hold on and I can make the right decision, and I'm going to eat that stuff on Saturday. And when it's all said and done and I look, I'm still going to get my weight loss results out of it. Okay. So the 28-day challenge, we ain't having no ice cream. Okay. However, ice cream has its place on the program, on the long term program. We're just not going to have it for our challenge because we're trying to get as much of the results as we can get. We're trying to get our body shifted over into fat burning, and the way to do that is to do that 28 days. You know, um, where the rubber meets the road, and we're going to do it. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. Let's see. Exercise. Is exercise required on the program? It is not. You can get plenty of results without any exercise. Sometimes it depends on where we are when we start. Like right now, I get almost 10,000 steps a day at my job. And so I'm doing a lot of walking. On my days off, I'm not feeling like doing much walking. Also, my size right now, I'm so big that I hurt a lot. And so doing a lot of exercise and movement is just not like it hurts me. But as I get smaller and as I start eating right and I have more energy, my body's going to tell me to get up and move. I'm going to want to get up and move my body because I'm going to have that more energy. I'm going to want to do that. And I will start to incorporate more movement. 80% of your weight loss and health goals can be reached with food choices. The other 20% can be reached with exercise. Some of that can be weight bearing, some of that can be things like walking or cardio. That's all on you. Okay. I tend to be more of I like to do functional movement. And so I want to do some things when I'm working out or exercising. I want to do things that are going to help me do the movements that I need to live. And so I do a lot of walking, and my personal choice is CrossFit. And so when I get back to where I feel like I can move and my body's not going to fall apart, I'm going to add that in. But that's not a requirement of the program. So anything that you do exercise wise is on you. It's just going to be a bonus, and it's only going to increase your results that you get at the end of the 28 days. All right. You will be able to post on the Facebook group. You will be able to encourage each other. You'll be able to put on there if you have cravings or if you have a moment. It's just like the Facebook group that we have with our grievers, but it's going to be with our food and our healthy eating. Okay, so it's just going to be a different focus. We're still going to support each other. We're still going to cheer each other on. We're all going to get some good results, and we're all going to feel better physically by the end of that month. I can promise you that if you stick to it, you will feel better physically. All right. Um, Now, how your results may vary depending on what you put in as to what you get out. But you don't have to answer to me. You don't have to answer to anybody but yourself. This is only for you so that you can feel better. Okay. Basically, I think that's going to be about it. If you've got other questions that you want to ask me, feel free to email me at onehappywidow@gmail.com. I'm going to post, if you just want to post down below, there should be a button down below, I think, that'll take you right to the page where you can check out. It's going to be 28 days for $28. So that's $1 a day, guys. That's less than a cup of coffee. All right. And if that ain't worth getting you feeling better and having somebody, half of this stuff is just the information about what to eat. The other half is going to be accountability, motivation, getting in your head and, telling you about how to think about things. And so, it's behavior modification is all it is. Once you decide you're going to do it, the battle's halfway over. You decide to go ahead and push that button and enter into this challenge with us. Once you decide to do it and you put your money down and you're like, okay, that's it. 28 days, guys. It's 4 weeks. Okay. You can do anything for 28 days if you put your mind to it. And once you put your mind to it, before you even step into that Facebook group, your battle's halfway over. Then all you got to do is just wait for the 28 days to go by and imagine what you're going to look like and feel like and be able to talk about at the end of the 28 days. I'm looking forward to it because I know I'm going to feel better. I know I'm going to be proud of myself. I know I'm going to say, God, look at what I accomplished. There's 3 pairs of jeans in my closet right now that I cannot fit into that I know at the end of this 28 days I'm going to be able to wear those jeans. I mean, that alone makes me excited, right? I know that the next time I put, when I start doing my videos, I'm starting to see this, this right here and this right here. There's so many reasons why I need to get on this program and get back on it. But the fact that I've already decided to do it, I already know at the end of the 28 days, it's going to be done and that I'm going to do it. I'm going to stand up, get in front of this camera, and I'm going to answer to all of the people in that group. And I'm going to say, I did this. I can't get up in front of you and say, I cheated this week. I had that ice cream. I can't do that. So I know that by standing in front of people and standing in front of this camera and talking about what I did this week and the choices that I made, the fact that holds me accountable. When you get into this group, you're going to be accountable too, to yourself, to the other members of the group. If you stumble and fall, we're going to pick you back up and we're going to encourage you to get right back on it. But it's going to be a place where we're all going to get to that finish line together. We're going to do 28 days of the best, healthiest choices that we can make. We're going to do it and we're going to see what comes out at the end. Okay. And so if you'd like to join me on that, if you would like to come with me on this 28-day challenge, then click the button below and I will see you in there. We're going to start on January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I'm going to go ahead and open that to anyone who joins the challenge. We're not going to start the official eating then because you got to have time to go get your foods. But you will have, on the 1st, you will have the meal plans available to you so you can start ordering your foods or Instacarting your foods or going to the grocery store and picking up your foods and picking out your meal plans, and we'll get together and choose how we're going to create those for ourselves. And then we're going to start drinking the heck out of some water for those first 3 days so we can start getting all that stuff flushed out. We're going to talk about the reasons why all that happens. So for the first 3 days, it's going to be getting your meal plans, getting your food ready bought, and drinking a bunch of water, okay, and answering a bunch of questions that you're going to have about the foods that you're going to start. And then on January 4th, from the 4th through the 31st, that's going to be our starting and ending. That's going to be our 28 days. Okay. So I will see you in the group on January 1st. Click the button below so that you can check out. Add those other services on if you choose to. And that will just basically give you more support and more one-on-one help from me to help get you through this. And I can't wait to see all of you in there. I'm so excited because I know that we're all going to do this together. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right. See you guys. Bye.